Biodiversity. Such a small word for such a big thing. Biodiversity, as the name may suggest, is the diversity of life on Earth. Earth is alive today because of biodiversity. The world that we live in is unique, that too in so many different ways. The world around us is an absolute treat for our eyes, and if we look out the window, we can see a plethora of flora and fauna, colors, and variation, and that variety is called biodiversity. It creates a complex ecosystem of intricate and sophisticated relationships between organisms, commonly known as the web of life. This web of life is what keeps me and you alive. Let's take an example. Let's say in a typical prairie ecosystem, the web might go like this. The sun provides energy for the grass, grasshoppers feed on the grass, frogs eat the grasshoppers, birds eat the frogs, owls and hawks eat the frogs as well as snakes. When an animal dies, it is decomposed by worms and fungi, and nutrients are released to the soil during the decaying process for the grass to grow again, thus continuing this cycle. Humans can intervene in the cycle at any time because humans eat just about anything. There are three, you can say, levels of biodiversity difference. Ecosystemic difference. The Earth, as you may know, has various ecosystems, and sometimes these ecosystems may be present in close proximity. For example, in a mountainous biome, there could be hills, forests, water bodies, lakes, so on and so forth. Species diversity. There may be a group of animals which are similar but are slightly different in some aspects. For example, ants all almost look the same, but there are four distinct types: nuisance, mound, fire, and carpenter, each with its own functions. Genetic diversity is how species diversity is introduced by changing or alteration of genes in an animal, which eventually results into changes in said animal. Endangered species. We all know what they are. It starts with not evaluated, data deficient, which basically means it's not classified, then least concerned, near threatened, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, and extinct in the wild and extinct. Vulnerable means we have to start keeping our eye on this particular species. Endangered means it is in danger of extinction. Critically endangered means it's on the brink of collapsing, and extinct in the wild means it's extinct in the wild, and finally extinct. No going back, this creature will never exist again. Endemic species, not to be confused with endangered ones, are species which only exist in that particular country, state, town, region, etc. In India, there is the lion-tailed macaw, Nilgiri tahr, and the Asiatic lion. If you notice something, all of these are also endangered. That's because they're rare and found in specific locations and they don't breed as often. They are shot by poachers because their fur and other products sell for high sums of money. Let's move on to agriculture. Biodiversity is important in agriculture as well. As science progresses, scientists are looking at only a few different species. There are thousands of variants and species that get ignored and therefore lost every single day. Manufacturers and scientists are now promoting HYV, high yield variety crops, as they are biofortified. But what we don't know is that some orphan crops, or not so well known ones, are biofortified with many essential nutrients which are much more healthy, like red rice, black corn, and black okra, which have been put on a sacrificial altar to make way for these HYV crops. We have to wake up from this illusion that everything will be fine and someone else will take care of it. But if everyone thinks that, who will do it? We are the ones who have to bring a change in our lifestyles and actions to truly save nature and its most important part, biodiversity. Thank you.